And I knew him, I got talking to him, and I know Paul wants to meet him, so I introduced him to Paul at about 6:20 a.m, when many other members had not arrived. There's a lot of people in this room today, so this is very pertinent for what I'm going to cover. Gail has mentioned before at BNI that how you do anything is how you do everything. And that's very true. If you were to have an appointment with someone, a meeting with someone, and they turned up 30 minutes late and left you sat there, would that be good? That would be no use to you. Would that give a good impression of them? No, it wouldn't. So, note to self, careful who I pick on for these things. I was going to go over there, but I'm really not sure about going over there now. So, I think what's important to cover with BNI, because it's not something we've covered before within an education slot, is timekeeping. Particularly as this group grows to the size that it is now, we need to make sure that people are here on the time they're supposed to be here, and they don't leave before they're supposed to leave. So every BNI meeting around the region, around the UK, around the world, has various different times of starts. So Roman, for example, is mid-afternoon. Where's the Romans here? Mid-afternoon till whenever you... I'm not a Roman. And we have some meetings now in the evenings as well, for people that like to do the evenings. But at Chester BNI, we have a very specific start time, and that's 6:45 a.m. 6:45. Who knew it was 6:45? Most people. That's good. 6:45 is when the open networking starts. If you arrive after, Joy, if you arrive after 6:45, you'd be marked as late. Late. Now that doesn't affect the traffic lights, the key performance indicators that we've got. That doesn't dock you points or anything. It just has a little L in your column. And that is not good, particularly if you're into sport, to have an L in your column. So it'd be marked as late. If you arrive after 7 a.m, you'll be marked as absent, because the meeting has already started. Absent. Now our meeting, the breakfast is served at 8:30, because we used to have sort of random start times, random finish times with the meetings. Sometimes we'd go on because there's a lot of people in here and it's difficult to keep track of you all, particularly that man right there. And they can run away from you. So the breakfast was sometimes a little late, but we have an agreement now. Breakfast is served at 8:30. 8:30 on the dot. But the meeting officially finishes at 8:15. We're usually going on past that, but we're doing the stuff that is non-contributory, such as the socials, such as who the next speaker is next week, that sort of thing. So if it gets to 8:15 and you need to leave early, as we have done in the past, Paul had to go to an appointment, you can leave at 8:15. That's okay. If you leave at 8:14 or 8:13 or 8 a.m, you are marked as absent. That's correct. So if you cannot be here before 7 a.m. and you have to leave before 8:15, send a substitute. Don't turn up and then leave partway through the meeting. Because as you can see with the room we've got here, if Emma had to get up and leave at 8:05, she'd be disturbing everybody on the way past, probably during Lucy's 10 minutes, and that wouldn't be good, would it? No. That would not be good for you, Lucy, would it? That would also be shite. Now, we're not giving these rules because we are dictators and this is the way it must be done and it has to be noted down like this because those are the rules and rules are rules. We have BNI to grow your business. You come here to grow your business. This isn't a school, this isn't a job. This is for you to get more referrals. And the earlier you get here, the more referral opportunities you will have. So a few weeks ago, there was a new member from Roman who was visiting as a substitute. And I tried to get him into this chapter for many years, and he never wanted to do an early morning chapter, but he liked the late morning start of Roman. So he came here as a substitute, and it was the kind of category that Paul Murray's always asking for introductions to. And Paul was here at about 6:15. And this member was here at about 6:15. And I knew him, I got talking to him, and I know Paul wants to meet him, so I introduced him to Paul at about 6:20 a.m, when many other members had not arrived. And Paul was able to do a number, I believe, of insurance quotes after talking to him.
I have plenty 9:30 meeting with him the same day, and one-to-one at his offices, and we started doing business together.
Fantastic. And if you had swanned in at 6:45 a.m. or 1 minute to 7 a.m., you wouldn't have had that chat with him.
I'd have been late.
You'd have been late. And you wouldn't have had the opportunity to talk to him and get that business. So remember, this is for you, not for other people. This isn't tick boxing. This isn't making sure you get traffic light points. This is making sure you get business. So what time do you have to be here by in the morning?
6:30.
6:30. Ray was here this morning at what time?
6.
10 to 6.
10 to 6. And Tom, you were second to arrive?
Yeah, about 6.
About 6. So that's when the referral started. 6 o'clock in the morning. So hopefully we'll see you all very early next week. Thank you.